If you're running a business, but you're suffering of FOMO, so the fear of missing out, what you probably already noticed is that this fear of missing out is exactly what makes you miss out on a successful business, on you feeling proud and content and actually productive and working towards something and make this business work. So this fear of missing out is making you miss out. You're actually missing out on happiness, but also on money and success. And that's a problem. It simply becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So let's take a closer look. And if you did some research on YouTube, you noticed that there are general videos on the fear of missing out and FOMO and how to deal with this. But what a lot of people don't do is they don't actually take a closer look and understand what is behind this fear of missing out. What is the underlying determinant that leads to you having this fear of missing out? And that's what I want to do here in this video. Okay, so the fear of missing out is basically a paralysis analysis that you're having, right? You're not really getting ahead, but your brain is running very fast, but you're actually not running very fast in your business. So basically you're overthinking. And the reason for that could be a couple of things. I just want to share 3 examples here. One of the examples would be that you actually don't really have a sense of self or a sense of the business. Like, what are the priorities? What are your values? It's not very clear of who you are or what your business is, which is often very much connected, right? The business is an expression of yourself. And that's why you're overthinking, and that's why you're having this fear of, oh, if I go in this direction, then maybe I lose that. And I think that's a very valid way of thinking, because how should you make a decision if you don't even properly know what you want? So the fear of missing out suddenly becomes a competence. It's holding you, actually trying to hold you back from making a mistake. So then, though, you simply need to get a better understanding of yourself, your values, your priorities, what you really want right now in life and what your business wants. And then suddenly you maybe don't have this fear of missing out. Or you're simply lacking confidence. Maybe you failed in the past with another business, maybe a bit insecure, you don't really trust in yourself anymore, even though you kind of know in which direction, but you don't trust yourself. The confidence is missing. And that's why you're having this paralysis analysis. Great. Then let's not talk about FOMO. Let's talk about that confidence issue. Let's talk about, because you learned somewhere that you cannot really trust in yourself. Where did you learn that? Let's talk about that. It's some sort of emotional wound. You could even call it a trauma in some sense. It's not the classical word for it, but it's an emotional wound that you had that leads you now to be insecure. Let's talk about that. And it will automatically lead to you not having this fear of missing out anymore. It's like a domino effect. Or, just thinking of another example, maybe you just struggle to let go of things. Because overcoming this fear of missing out means that you make a decision. And deciding means that you cut something off. You decide. That means you let go of something. You say no to something. And maybe you're afraid of that. And the question here is, why? Where is this coming from? When did you learn that it's so painful to let go of something, to cut something off? Maybe it's already deeply rooted in your childhood with your parents, your mom, your dad. Maybe there was some struggle with the way they raised you, and you learned, oh, it's quite painful to cut off decisions, or to cut off something, or to let go of something. Maybe even a family member, who knows? But this letting go topic, just afraid to let go. You want to keep everything. Don't want to throw anything away. Just keep it. Because you might need it later on. Probably there's some need of safety behind. And maybe even some need of freedom. Because if you don't make a decision, you still have all the freedom, right? If you make a decision, freedom is gone. Commitment is there. Maybe you're also afraid of that. Just some random ideas, but I want to give you simply this new mindset of how you're looking at, for example, the fear of missing out, because there's a lot behind. And if you don't tackle what it's behind, you're not actually tackling the fear of missing out. That would be the long-term solution. If you're curious about working together and take a closer look together, there's a link below the video. You can schedule a first free call. There we can even build up a custom strategy for your situation, your personality, how letting go of this FOMO would look like. It's still for free, so make use of this call. And at the end, we can talk about the possibility of moving forward. Yeah, and also, share this video with any other entrepreneurs, any other business owners. Because yes, sometimes business coaching is exactly what you need to make a decision to move forward. And though sometimes it's exactly not what you need. It's simply some psychological coaching from the business perspective, because you actually kind of know what you need, or you know that you will figure it out, but you're standing in your own way. It's not some external tip that you need. A lot of clients I talk with, they have already so much knowledge in this time and space. There's so much information. They had already a coach, or they had already the information. They have a mentor, or they know how to build a successful business actually, but they're standing in their own way. And that's sometimes the most effective way to take a closer look into your psychology. Let's figure it out whether it's a good fit. Just schedule a call and I'll talk to you soon.